Hi, this is my sister Emily.
Hello.
And we are up in San Luis Obispo and we are going to be making Grammie's famous homemade apple pie. She's actually, hasn't she won some awards for this?
Yeah, I think this apron is actually from one of her awards.
1990 Mom's Apple Pie.
Wow.
So just a fair warning, she does use Crisco, but it is the only way she does it. We're gonna get started with her here in her kitchen in just a moment. So this is my Grammie. Say hello.
Hello.
This is Jewel Donatelli. She is gonna be teaching us how to make her famous
apple pie.
Apple pie today. So we're gonna do some step-by-step instructions. Okay, and why do you prefer Golden Delicious, Grammie?
Because they're sweeter probably than some of the other brands, and you don't have to use as much sugar in the filling of it.
Oh, that's perfect. All right, so we're gonna wash our apples. Now, Grammie, where did you get this recipe from?
You know, I got it out of a little cookbook, and I'm not sure what the name of it is, but I still have a little cookbook. And I tried it, and it's my favorite. And then about a quarter teaspoon of the nutmeg.
First step is we washed and peeled our Golden Delicious apples. Grammie recommends about 6 large apples per pie. And then to make the apple topping, so then you're gonna peel them, chop them, kind of all similar, kind of 1-inch cube size. After you chop your apples, you're gonna do your pie filling mixture that goes over the apples. So you do 2/3 cup sugar, 3 tablespoons of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So then you're gonna put it all in a little bowl, mix it all together, and then she suggests just pouring directly over your apples.
Yes.
Okay.
If you should use a tart apple, you could use a little lemon juice with it, but I always preferred, first of all, the Golden Delicious. Granny Smith apples are good. Some people do use the Granny Smith, but I always enjoy the Golden Delicious because we have an apple tree in our backyard that's Golden Delicious. Makes wonderful pies.
Next up. Okay, so after this, we're going to start on the pie crust. Pie crust. So we're going to start with our flour. And how much flour goes in it, Grammie?
It is 2.5 cups of flour.
So we're going to do 2.5 cups flour.
Use a little scoop and you dip that in and then you level it off.
It's too compacted, right?
It gets too compacted.
So we're going to do 2 1/4 flour.
2.5 of flour.
Oh, 2 1/2. I will put Grammie's recipe below in the description, so if you're not following the video, we're a little learning as we go. I'll put it below and you can try it out. 1 teaspoon of salt. Again, we're making a double crust. Grammie likes to do crust on the bottom and a full crust on top. And we're going to do a cup shortening and then 5 tablespoons of ice water. So Grammie likes to use this Crisco butter shortening. I know a lot of...
No, it's just a regular Crisco shortening.
Oh, it's just regular.
No, that's...
So Grammie's in the other room. She's looking for her real Crisco. We had the butter Crisco. That wasn't going to work. So, looking for the real Crisco. Got our Crisco. We are going to do 1 cup of Crisco shortening. She likes to do 1/2 cup at a time since it's easier to scoop. So do you just...
Use a regular spatula and then just mix it in.
Okay. So until the...
Back and forth.
Until the size of peas. And you said you prefer a fork because instead of a pastry cutter because it kind of gets smaller, eats quicker.
Just keep working the flour in. Much easier to work with if the flour and the shortening is blended well before you put the water in. So
pretty good.
Yeah. So then I measure the ice water very carefully.
Okay, so do 5 of these?
And 5. Just put one in and then toss it around.
Okay.
make sure you picked up all the flour in there. Just put it all together, push it down in there. Now just, can you kind of break that in half, Ashton? You know.
Is there a way that you do this so you know exactly?
Well, you can kind of just guesstimate. Not too much.
Half of the dough.
And lay it in the center. Press it out. And what I do is use the heel of my hand and press that out. And then you can kind of pull the sides in so it'll be not split. And just press it out. And then sometimes I turn it over. And then I start rolling. And try to roll it in a circle. Push it down in the center, and you can roll it.
You want it to be out to the 12 inches?
No. Sometimes I do
Or
it
just the
more
10
than
inches?
12.
Oh, more than 12. Okay.
And see if I can get it wrapped around the rolling pin. And then I roll it all the way out as carefully as I can. And then I get my pie plate and just pick it up and lay it over, hanging over to crimp the edges.
All right, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. You just kind of estimate. Okay.
Okay, and then the next thing we do is put the apples in.
All right.
Sides are filled in.
Already getting juicy. Now this seems like a little bit of a smaller pie plate.
Yeah,
Do you think all these apples are gonna fit?
Oh yes, yes.
Okay. Looks good.
Okay, then the next thing we dot it with butter.
2 tablespoons you're gonna dot and put on top of your apples before we put the second crust layer on top.
I'm going to show you some utensils, things that I have that. So
Okay.
what I do is just take my finger and do like that. When you've got it tucked under, and try to have as much turn over as you can, and just keep crimping it. Beautiful.
So beautiful. It looks so
Professional.
good. Yay, I passed. I have flour on me. Oh my goodness. It's like 100 degrees in this house too. Good thing we're not baking them today. I'm gonna bake them next week on Travis's birthday. And so I will have to give you the final synopsis after I bake it, but I think it's gonna be delicious. So thanks, Grammie.
You're welcome. It's a joy to have both of my granddaughters here. This tray that I'll put underneath, then it catches the drippings if the pie should drip over. This rim that fits around the top, but don't put it on right away. It'll keep the pie crust from getting too brown.
Perfect. So you put it on what, the last?
Well, probably
10,
the
20
last 30 minutes,
Okay.
10 minutes at 450, and then 350 for 40 minutes. Oh, for 50 minutes. So in Florence, you're going to eat some pie. Yeah, you're smiling. Oh, you sweet angel.
All right, thanks, Grammie.
You're welcome. I love you, sweet
Love
angel.
you.
I love you.